Hi guys, Mrnewmobile here. Please subscribe followed by the bell. So the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro are expected to start a new chapter in the Pixel history book. Early leaks show a bold new design and attention to cameras, while previous years were easier to decipher and understand. Let's file the Made by Google 2020 lineup under confusing and convoluted. Things are returning to organized and clear. For 2021, with regard to the flagship Pixel 6 series, there will be two smartphones, the Pixel 6 and Pixel 6 Pro, which could be Pixel 6 XL, but the Pro naming convention has been touted at this stage. Alongside the Pixel 6 and Pixel 6 Pro, the 5G will complete the lineup for late 2021. This is infinitely more streamlined than last year. At least we know that the flagship Pixel 6 will come in two distinct flavors, with a mid-range Pixel 5G. It's still odd, but not as odd as having a mid-range flagship Pixel 5 that is technically just as powerful as the Pixel 4a. As is often the case, everything points toward two distinct device size for the Pixel 6 series, and courtesy of leaks, we at least know dimensions. We're still not sure if the larger Pixel 6 will be called the Pixel 6 Pro, but it's the larger of the duo. The Pixel 6 will be similar in size to that of the Pixel 3 XL, while the Pro will be the largest Pixel to date. Pixel 6 158.6mm by 74.8mm by 8.9mm and Pixel 6 Pro 163.9 by 75.8 by 8.9mm. Those dimensions might not be easily decipherable to many of you out there, but in simple terms, this equates to a 6.4-inch display on the standard Pixel 6, while the Pixel 6 Pro will pack in a 6.67-inch display in 2020. We saw lots of complaints about the lack of a large flagship Pixel. In 2021, it looks like large is the name of the game with regard to the Pixel 6 and the Mammoth Pro model. The Pixel 6 and 6 Pro look as though they will pay homage to the classic two-tone Pixel series aesthetic and even a nod to the Nexus 6P's old visor rear camera bump. The result is something quite dramatically different, but with a very faint hint of the original flavoring thrown in. We're not sure of the color options, but early renders have showcased a red, black, and white scheme that will certainly be eye-catching if it turns out to be a true representation of what will be arriving later this fall. Glass and metal appear to be returning, laying waste to the bioresin finish atop an aluminum chassis found on the Pixel 5. It also looks like the upper left squircle camera bump is being ditched in favor of a Galaxy S10-like visor for the first time since the Nexus 6P, as we mentioned. This raised portion of the rear panel will host all of the camera lenses plus an LED flash with soft curves into the side seams of the chassis at the front. The Pixel 6 looks set to sport a flat 6.4-inch AMOLED display, while the 6.67-inch display on the Pixel 6 Pro will include curved edges. That's not all, as the punch hole notch is also set to move from the upper left to a centrally placed home at the upper reaches of the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro displays. You might also notice that there is no rear placed fingerprint scanner, which also hints that we might see an in-display fingerprint scanner on the Pixel series for the first time with the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro. Other reports have suggested that PVT units are achieving performance levels closer to that of the Qualcomm Snapdragon 870. If this is true, it would put the GS101 chip way above the Pixel 5 and the decidedly mid-range Snapdragon 765G processor. That said, it would still lag behind the Snapdragon 888 found in the likes of the Galaxy S21 and OnePlus 9 series. On the graphics side of things, the GS101 chip will use a GPU based on ARM's architecture. So far, only a handful of GPUs have been announced with the design, including the high-end Mali G77 and Mali G78, as well as the new mid-range Mali G68. This would make for a significant shift from the norm in the US, as many phones built with Snapdragon chips, including Google's Pixel series, use Qualcomm's internally developed Adreno GPUs. Often this is a major performance benefit, as the Adreno series typically has performed better than its Mali alternatives, so we know the chipset. But what about the other specifications? Unfortunately, this is where we get into the murky realm of speculation. That said, we have gleaned some information about a couple of potential Pixel 6 and Pixel 6 Pro features, which hints at wider hardware improvements. Wireless charging has been a mainstay of the Pixel series since the release of the Pixel 3 and 3 XL. This also saw the launch of the first Pixel stand. Courtesy of Android 12 Beta 2, we found that Google is working on a new Pixel stand that will include a fan. That alone isn't really that noteworthy, but this does potentially imply that this new Qi charger will provide cooling, which is required when charging at faster speeds. It would be fairly safe to assume that the Pixel 6 and Pixel 6 Pro will have at least 6 GB of RAM. The Pixel 5 did ship with 8 GB of RAM, which could be another good barometer of what the Pixel 6 series will bring to the table. The Sony IMX363 that the Pixel has relied on since 2018 is now a little long in the tooth. We'd love to tell you that a newer sensor is set to be slapped inside the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro, but at this stage, we simply do not know. However, the leaked renders hint that we might see some upgrades to the optics of the upcoming Duo. At this early stage, we simply have no idea of what to expect with regard to Pixel 6 pricing. We've seen prices fluctuate in previous years, with the Pixel 5 being fairly cheap at $699 compared to the $799 Pixel 4 and $899 Pixel 4 XL. That is all we have gathered about Google Pixel 6 Pro. Moreover, let me know your comment below and please subscribe, like the video, comment. Thanks for watching. See you on my next video. One, peace out.